Good morning and welcome to the daily news trends on SSiTV Africa. Schools must close with immediate effect, says Malema, giving minister just 7 days to act. Economic freedom fighters leader Julius Malema has given the Department of Basic Education 7 days to close down all schools or face a forceful total shutdown. He was briefing the media in Johannesburg on Thursday. He says the country is now on a third wave of COVID-19 infections and should be concerned about the lives of learners. Infections have been increasing, with the country recording almost 9,000 coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours. Japan ruling downgraded emergency state until game start. The Japanese government is considering ending a state of emergency in Tokyo and several other prefectures as scheduled on the June 20. But keeping a downgraded quasi-emergency state until the Olympics start in July, the Mancini Daily reported. New coronavirus infections in Olympic city Tokyo have inched down during the last month of the emergency restrictions, although authorities remain concerned about the spread of the variants and the continued strain on medical resources. A final decision is expected late next week, a few days before the end of the current emergency state, which also covers Hokkaido, host of the marathon event. Energy crisis. Business Unity South Africa (BUSA) President Sipho Pitana says companies are willing to work with the labor, government and civil society to assist in moving South Africa out of the energy crisis it currently faces. Pitana was responding to President Cyril Ramaphosa's announcement of partial liberalization of the energy sector. Ramaphosa announced that the government would soon be lifting the limit on self-generation of power from 1 megawatt to 100 megawatts. Eskom is expected to continue with stage 3 load shedding until the end of this week. Bheki Cele called to desist from making preemptive comments. Pop Crew has called on Police Minister Bheki Cele to desist from making preemptive comments following his announcement that there won't be any salary increase for police officers for the next 3 years. Cele was delivering his budget vote speech in the National Council of Provinces when he made the comment. Pop Crew spokesperson Richard Mamabulo says the police minister prematurely made the announcement while the salary negotiations were still underway. We find it disturbing that we would have a minister who makes such presumptions, especially being the police minister. He would know that there are a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of budget cuts over the years. Of the course, police require funding to ensure subs function properly. As unions, we have been in meetings with the department to see if government can improve on this, and it's unfortunate preemptive for the minister to suggest that there won't be any salary increase in the coming years. Makgopa offers evidence of bright future for Bafana Bafana. Debunked evidence. Makgopa scored twice as depleted South Africa defeated Uganda 3-2 on Thursday in a match between teams experimenting ahead of 2022 World Cup qualifying. South Africa struggled during the first half at a cold Orlando Stadium in Soweto, and Uganda deservingly led 1-0 at halftime through a 17th minute header from Ibrahim Orit. Makgopa, a late inclusion after 6 withdrawals due to positive COVID-19 tests, leveled on 62 minutes by flicking a cross past goalkeeper Ismaili Watenga. Bongogu Hlongwane dribbled into the box 5 minutes later, and his deflect shot entered the net of the far post to put the hosts ahead in an empty stadium due to the coronavirus pandemic. A close-range shot from Makgopa doubled the lead before Abdul Lumala knocked a consolation goal 1 minute from the end of regular time. 5 from Ngidi as South Africa controlled first West Indies test. Lungi Ngidi mowed through the lower half of the West Indies batting order on the way to a 5-wicket haul as South Africa routed the home side from 94-97 on the opening day of the first test of the 2-match series at the Durban Semi-Cricket Ground in St. Lucia on Thursday. Playing their first series in the Caribbean for 11 years, the Proteas reached the close of play at 128 for 4, a lead of 31 runs. Ngidi's haul of 5 for 19 was his second 5-wicket innings haul in Test cricket, the bulk of his success coming in the afternoon session after Seamer and Rich Norche pushed the West Indies on the back foot with 3 of the 4 wickets to fall in the pre-launch period. Thank you for tuning in on the Daily News Trends.